for this occasion to celebrate her service over so many years, so many years. I have two short stories and I'll be out of your way. When I started singing, or trying to sing in the Union, I got on the phone and talked with Deacon Langston. A friend of my mom's wanted me to join the original Pilgrim Wonders that had just gotten back together because I wanted to sing. Didn't know how, but I wanted to. And when I got there, the first person, when I walked through the door, was a man walking by. And I tapped him, I said, "Can you tell me where Deacon Langston is?" And he smiled. And he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "My name is Quincy." He said, "You the young man I talked to on the phone." And I said, "You Deacon Langston?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And just by happenstance, it was state day. All of the groups that were in the Union and the state was there. And they sung and played, and afterwards was my favorite part, was the food. Boy, did we eat and have a glorious time. And it was time to go home. And Waddell, me being at the time when I walked through the door, I was a 15-year-old child, my first year in high school. And I didn't have a way home. So Waddell told James to take him home. And that's how I met James Foster. And he said to me, "What's your dad's name?" You know how people from the South, they get a feel of you from your people. And I said, "My name is Quincy." And I said, "My dad's name is Quincy Carter." And he said, "Quincy Carter?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Wait a minute." He said, "I work with your father at Chrysler." I said, "Yeah." I said, "My dad worked at Chrysler." And he said, "Wait a minute. Is R.V. Carter your grandfather?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, me and Thomas gonna have fun with you." I said, "I don't know what that meant." But he put me with Bebe, which was myself, Chrissy, the other Keisha, Sharice. At the time, Jean was playing with the Spirits of Joy, and all of the kids, I noticed, was with Bebe. I remember vividly when they would cook and stuff, Miss Hattie, Mama Hattie would tell Bebe, "Bebe, come get these kids and stuff, this food and stuff." The grown folks would be in line. Bebe would fix our plate and bring it to us, and we would eat and just have the time of our life. As I started playing the guitar and singing and stuff, I was getting better and better. And Bebe would always encourage me. The very first time she chastised me is when it was my first year, and she was straightening up my suit and tie and stuff. And I say, "Baby, and I look okay." She said, "You look just fine." She said, "Now, don't get up there and embarrass me and shame me." I said, I won't. And I said, I'm gonna act right. She said, "You better." I said, okay. So the other part of it was, once we had got going and over the years and stuff, it got pretty good. I was always working on the sound, And when we wouldn't do so well, and some other group would do really well, and we didn't do so well, I would come hug Baby and put my head in her shoulders, and she would tell me, "Baby, it's gonna be all right." She said, "Baby, it's gonna be all right." She said, "Now you just keep practicing and keep singing, and you're gonna be all right." And I said, "Well, baby, so and so and so." And she said, "That's all right. She said, "You're gonna be all right." And I found that to be true. She was what I call, tell the world, my mother in the Union. I don't know what it would have been like without Bebe. She was who I would run to and cry and this, that, and she would wipe my tears. Argia is absolutely correct about that. And the other part of the story is, I'm gonna let you go. When Miss Hattie, Mama Hattie would want us to sing, this is the way this would go. Bebe would walk up to James Foster, the president, and say, "Mama, I want to hear y'all sing." And James would say, "Well, you know your baby over there don't want to sing on the raggedy equipment." I was partial to our good equipment. And she would come down and say, "Mama, I want to hear y'all sing." And I would say, "Well, baby, we'll sing next week on our stuff. That stuff up there raggedy, we'll sing on that stuff. Next week, tell Mama how we're going to say," she said, "Baby, that's all right. And that's all right, y'all just sing. I said, come on, baby, come on, now that's all right. The Lord knows. Oh, Lord. Amen. And that boy, this will go on for years, and then after so long, I would just surrender. Whatever, how raggedy and messed up it sounded, I would just sing. And last but not least, me trying to get in to sing with the Pilgrim Wonders, frustrating because I couldn't get in. And Myron, I would ask